And how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Well, welcome back to the channel. I'm Olivia Hall, and I've been married to a high masking autistic man for over 25 years. And I teach women just like you, neurotypical wives who love their autistic husbands. Okay. They love their autistic husbands, but feel confused. They feel unseen, unheard. They feel emotionally exhausted. And I teach women like you how to rebuild connection without losing themselves. Sound good? But before we jump in, I made something special just for you, dear friend, because I know how these conversations can drain you, right? And it's a free, peaceful conversations checklist. It gives you the exact scripts, okay, phrases, um, and timing that help you keep conversations calm. Yeah. And you can grab it anytime, and I'll leave the link. It's going to be right in the description below. Okay. Well, I always say this. I say that being married to an autistic man isn't harder, it's different. Mhm. And when you learn the differences, my dear friend, um, everything tends to get a bit easier. It does. Um, so let's get into it. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Today's question is the number one question wives send to me. Okay. The question is, how do I communicate with my autistic husband without it turning into an argument, without it turning into a fight? Ugh, right? Is that you? Yeah. Well, let's kind of dive into it. Ready? Okay. So, let's talk about what's the real reason that our simple conversations can turn into this argument, can turn into this fight. So, here's the truth that nobody tells you. You ready? Your autistic husband is not trying to be difficult at all. He's not. Um, he's not trying to avoid you. He's not trying to shut you down. He's overwhelmed. Yeah, yeah, he's overwhelmed. He is. And here's the loop that happens, it happens every time, right? You come in with emotion, you're full of emotion. And because that's normal for you and I as neurotypical women, he hears it as danger, not because of you, but because of his own nervous system. This guy lives on anxiety, right? And this is why he goes silent sometimes. This is why maybe he gets defensive sometime. Um, um, this is why he may misinterpret your tone. Yeah. Um, to your husband, communication isn't emotional. It's not emotional to him at all. It's literal. Yeah. It's data focused. It's direct. And when emotions rise, right, clarity drops. When you get a little up there, clarity drops, right? And his brain goes into stress mode. That's what happens. It goes into stress mode. So, um, and in a moment, I'm just thinking here, in a moment, I'm going to show you um, the surprising sentence that instantly calms that reaction. Okay. It calms the reaction down. But first, let's talk about the biggest mistake wives make. that we make without even realizing it. We don't even know we're doing it. So, the number one mistake neurotypical wives make, here it is. Are you ready? Well, it's starting the conversation without a container. You're like, what? Yeah, starting the conversation without a container. And I'm sure I know you're like, Olivia, what do you mean a container? Well, a container is this: the right time, the right tone, and the right structure. I'm going to say it again. A container is the right time, the right tone, and the right structure. Neurotypical wives, we tend to process things, right, as we talk, right? You do that. I do that. And autistic husbands, they process things before they talk. Okay. So, when you bring something up in the moment, and, especially when, emotions are involved and, he feels attacked, when he feels blindsided, right? Or, he's being asked to solve a problem like now, with zero one runway, it gets a little hairy, but it's not you. It's the mismatch in processing styles. That's what it is. It's that mismatch, right? So let's fix it. Here's a little fix with, I'm going to say, shift number one. Okay, you ready? Okay. Well, this one shift kind of saved our marriage. I'm telling you always in my videos, I use the tools. I use what I share with you. Okay. So instead of talking randomly throughout the week, um, you create this predictable, calm, scheduled check-in. Okay. It's this 10-minute weekly check-in. So there's no surprises for him, no ambush conversations, no ma'am, no ma'am, and no emotional landmines. Yeah. Yeah. Your husband now knows when you do this, this is when we talk. This is where I prepare. This is safe. So using this shift number one, um, you know, this helps to calm him down a little bit. So for instance, here's something that you can say. Word for word, you can say, let me make sure I'm reading it right. Hey, love, could we do a 10-minute check-in on Tuesday after dinner? Right? Nothing bad is going on. I just want us um, to get on the same page. So when you talk the tone right and use these exact words, um, you'll be shocked how that defensiveness just sort of dissipates, right? It sort of just disappears and it gives his brain predictability. Okay. So you should try that. Okay. Let's talk about I have another shift, shift number two. Um, I'm going to call it the unargument formula. Okay. So this is my go-to formula for reducing conflict. Okay. So this is how this works. Number one, thought. State the facts. I know we're neurotypical. I know, you know, but I'm just telling you, state the facts, no emotion. It's hard. You can do it, friend. You can do it. Number two, feeling. Then share your internal experience. So state the facts, number one, no emotion, and then you can share what you're feeling, how you feel on the inside. And then number three, request. Finish with what you'd like going forward. So state the facts, share your internal experience, which is your feelings, and then finish the whole thing, the request that you have of him with what you would like going forward. So, I'm sorry. For example, instead of you never ever listen to me, you could say something like, when I was talking earlier, honey, I have felt kind of alone. Can we try pausing the phone for 2 minutes when we talk? So I did the thought, right? I stated the fact. When I was talking earlier? Number two, I felt kind of alone. That's that feeling piece. And then number three, can we try pausing the phone for 2 minutes when we talk? That's the request. Okay. Your autistic husband will hear this. I can't talk today. He will hear data. He um, he hears emotion packaged clearly, and he hears a solvable request, right? And this keeps conversations grounded and it prevents escalation. It does. It really, really does. So try that. That's shift number two. That's the unargument formula. Okay, let's keep going. I have another one. Shift number three. Interested? Okay, good. I'm glad you're still here. So, um, this is the sentence I mentioned earlier on that I was going to share with you, the one that instantly lowers his defensiveness. Are you ready for it? Well, here it is. I'm not mad, honey. I just want to understand us better. I'm not mad, honey. I just want to understand us better. This sentence signals, let me tell you what this signals. It signals no conflict, no blame, no emotional explosion, right? It tells his nervous system, you're safe. I'm safe. That's what it says to him. Okay. And when he feels safe, he opens up, right? He listens, and he engages, right? Yeah, using that sentence, I'm not mad. I just want to understand us better. It's a really good sentence. Now, he may still need time to think, which he will probably. He needs time to process because autistic communication is often slower, deeper, and more reflective. But, he won't go into shutdown mode or fight or flight when you use this disarming um, this sentence, okay? I'm not mad. I just want to understand us better. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so, you know, what to expect. So, let's talk about what you should expect so that you don't get discouraged. And I'm only here to help you, okay? I don't want you to be discouraged. So, now let me tell you the part most women miss. Wives, neurotypical wives. He will not change overnight. Dear sister, he's not going to change overnight. This is not instant. No, ma'am. It's incremental. It's not going to happen overnight. You are, as you're introducing what I'm teaching, what I'm sharing with you, you are building new communication patterns. I can't say that word. And that takes time. Anytime you introduce something new, you know, it can be anything. It takes time to learn, right? But here's the good news. Here's the good news, dear sister. You are going to feel the shift faster than you think. You got less tension, I'm telling you, fewer misunderstandings. I didn't say no, I said fewer. Okay. Shorter conflicts, more clarity, more connection. All of that compounds as you start to use these tools, right? That I'm sharing with you. So, if you're at the point where you're ready for a little bit more, Then communication tips where you want, like a step-by-step plan for reducing overwhelm, navigating his shutdowns and handling emotional mismatch, um, and, you know, resetting your own nervous system, right? Yes. I created something that can help. I did. It's called the Peaceable Wife Quick Action Toolkit, and it's for wives who, just want fast relief, and simple tools that actually work in neurodiverse marriages. So you want something that's quick, okay? It's I'm going to tell you this, it's not therapy, it's not a long course, it's practical, real world guidance that you can use tonight, dear friend. You can use it tonight. It's called the Peaceable Wife Quick Action Toolkit, and the link is down below if you want to take a look at it later. Okay? You can just check it out later on. Okay, well, here we go. Here it is, ladies. Ladies, it's just you and me. Why did I say ladies? It's just you and I talking. So, your marriage is not broken. Your husband isn't cold or uncaring. He simply communicates differently. And when we learn his language, yeah, everything changes. But it's going to take time. I'm just saying, okay? I want you to, as we're doing all this, I want you to know that it takes time. Okay. Now, here's the encouragement. You do deserve peace. You deserve clarity, dear friend. You deserve a relationship where you don't feel like you're walking on emotional eggshells all the time, right? And you can have that. Yeah, you absolutely can have that without changing him. Hmm. Just by understanding the way he receives information. He's wired differently than you. You're wired differently than he is. So we're learning each other's language, right? That give and take. Well, before you go, tell me in the comments, what's the number one communication struggle you're dealing with right now? Put it in the comments, please. I read every comment. And if this video has helped you, dear friend, don't forget to like and subscribe, please, and share it with another beautiful, wonderful woman who needs this. Do that for me, please. And don't forget, grab your free peaceful conversations checklist below. Okay. Don't forget that. And if you're ready to for deeper support, you can check out my Peaceable Wife Quick Action Toolkit. You can check that out. And I also have my course if you're interested, if you want to go even a little bit further, right? So all of that'll be down in the links in the description below. Okay. Okay, friend. I love chatting with you today. And don't forget, I never know, check out this next video on communication. Um, and I'll see you next time.